Hello, we are Rocío Orellana, Jaula Elahi, and Aina Bio, and we are going to explain you the spontaneous generation. First, what do you think about the emergence of life? Think about it. Now we are going to explain the spontaneous generation. This theory refers both to the supposed processes in which different types of life might repeatedly emerge from specific sources other than seeds, eggs, or parents, and also to the theoretical principles which were presented in support of any such phenomena. Crucial to this doctrine is the idea that life comes from non-life with the condition and that no causal agent is needed. For example, parents. Such hypothetical processes sometimes are referred to as abiogenesis, in which life routinely emerges from non-living matter on a timescale of anything from minutes to weeks, or perhaps a season or so. An example would be the supposed seasonal generation of mice and other animals from the most of the night. Such ideas have no operative principles in common with the modern hypothesis of abiogenesis, in which life emerged in the early age of the planet over a time span of a less million of years, and subsequently diversified without evidence that there ever has been any subsequent repetition of years. Another version of spontaneous generation is variously termed unequivocal generation heterogenesis or xenogenesis, in which one of form of life has been supposed to arise from the different forms, such as tapeworms from the bodies of their hosts. In the years following Louis Pasteur's experiments in 1868, too, the term spontaneous generation fell into increasing disfavor. Experimentalists used a variety of terms for the study of the origin of life from non-living material. Heterogenesis was applied to once-living materials such as boiled broth, and Henry Bastian proposed the term archaeobiosis for life originating from inorganic material. The two were lumped together as spontaneous generation, but disliking the term as sounding too random. Bastian proposed biogenesis. In an 1870 address titled "Spontaneous Generation", Thomas Henry Huxley defined biogenesis as life originating from other life and coined the negative of the term abiogenesis, which was the term that became dominant.
Hello, my name is Jaula. I'm going to explain about Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur was a French chemist and microbiologist. Was born on December 27, 1822. He is famous his discoveries of the principles of vaccination, microbial fermentation, and pasteurization. He reduced mortality from puerperal fever and created the first vaccines for rabies and anthrax. He is regarded as one of the three main founders of bacteriology, and he is popularly known as the father of microbiology. His medical discoveries provided direct support for the germ theory of disease and its application in clinical medicine. Pasteur was responsible for crushing the doctrine of spontaneous generation. He performed experiments that showed that without contamination, microorganisms could not develop. Pasteur had been partially paralyzed since 1868. His paralysis worsened and he died on September 28, 1895. The hypothesis of experiment is microbes come from cells of organisms on dust particles in the air, not the air itself. The material were long neck flask, straight neck flask, Bunsen burner, and nutrient broth.
Hi, my name is Aina and I'm going to explain the experiment process. First, Pasteur prepared a nutrient broth similar to the broth one would use in soap. Next, he placed equal amounts of the broth into two long necked flasks. He left one flask with a straight neck, the other he bent to form an S shape. Then he boiled the broth in each flask to kill any living matter in the liquid. The sterile broth were then left to sit, at room temperature and exposed to the air, in the open-mouthed flask. After several weeks, Pasteur observed that the broth in the straight-necked flask was discolored and cloudy, while the broth in the curved-necked flask had not changed. He concluded that germs in the air were able to fall unobstructed down the straight-necked flask and contaminate the broth. The other flask, however, trapped germs in its curved neck, preventing them from reaching the broth, which never changed color or became cloudy. To conclusion, if spontaneous generation had been a real phenomenon, Pasteur argued the broth in the curved-necked flask would have eventually become reinfected because the germs would have spontaneously generated. But the curved-necked flask never became infected, indicating that the germs could only come from other germs. Pasteur rejected the hypothesis of a spontaneous generation because for growth of microbes was needed a source of contamination. Thanks for your attention.